begin.
The air is crisp outside. The holiday lights are on here in Bethany, Oklahoma. But inside the Sawyer Center tonight, there will be no love lost between the Southern Nazarene Crimson Storm and Oklahoma Christian Eagles. Welcome, everyone, to SNU basketball. I'm Luke McConnell, joined alongside by Philip Younts, and we have a great one tonight for you between the Crimson Storm, number 5 in the country, and the Oklahoma Christian Eagles, looking to repeat last year's upset victory over the Crimson Storm. And last year, SNU's only non-conference loss came at the hands of the Eagles on the road up in Edmond. 76-69 was the final in that one, and SNU struggled in the second half of that game, shooting just 28.5%, had 3 players foul out, and the biggest difference, 21 turnovers for the game and a 28-6 Oklahoma Christian edge in points off turnovers. And tonight, SNU will be looking for a little bit of payback, Philip, for last year's loss to the Eagles.
Absolutely. Just as you said, big upset loss that was completely unexpected. One that you look back at and you kind of question how that could have happened. And just as you said, though, those 21 turnovers were absolutely killer for this Crimson Storm team last year. Obviously struggled with foul trouble as well. And coming out today, you're just going to have to remember you cannot take anything for granted. Number 5 in the country, but that doesn't mean anything if you're not out there playing your best. Teams are gunning for you, knowing that you are one of the top dogs in the country. And so for the Crimson Storm, you know that they're going to have to come out fired up because you know the Eagles want to do it for a second year in a row.
SNU comes in off a 93-63 win on Thursday night over Central Oklahoma. Just a complete team performance after a sluggish start there, and they were keyed by senior R.J. Palmer, who's been thrust into a starting role with, of course, Quaylen Newton out for the season. And Palmer's 15-point, 10-rebound double-double earned him Great American Conference Player of the Week honors for this week. And Philip, just a great showing there for Palmer, who's been a key so far in this 3-0 start for SNU.
He certainly has. You love the aggressiveness that he's playing with, just as you said, being thrust into that starting lineup. And he's really been a key part of this team. You love the way he's playing. You can just see every time he touches the ball, his confidence grow and his own abilities and the way he's knocking down shots, taking the ball to the rim hard, it seems, just about every time he touches it. So you love that. And then you also love his passing. You don't see it so much in the stat column, but he made some really nice passes in that game from the top of the key, finding some key players. So you love just his all-around effort and attitude that he's bringing to this starting unit.
And speaking of passing, that's also been a great theme so far for SNU. Coming into tonight's game, averaging 19.3 assists per game, up several assists per game from last year. And that's been the key, a big key, I should say, for SNU's offense, which has seen some really terrific ball movement. And it's really, like you said, R.J. Palmer's been a key in that, but really it's been everyone, but it's been keyed by point guard Micah Spate.
Absolutely. Micah Spate just continues to be the leader of that unit, just really all over the court, it seems like, at all times. And whether that be defensively or just, as you said, passing the ball around, finding guys open and helping the team really get out and break. That's one of the big things for this Crimson Storm team, is using their athleticism and their quickness out in space. And so you love seeing that from Micah Spate and his ability just to get that kick started and let them use their own athleticism to kickstart the offense.
As SNU takes the court to mixed cheers here at the Sawyer Center. Great crowd on hand, including a strong contingent of OC fans and students. And looking at this rivalry, it's the 101st meeting between the Storm and the Eagles. OC has won 2 of the past 3 matchups, including last year's upset win. But SNU has won 10 of the last 14 meetings overall, and OC still holds an 18-game lead, 64-46 in the overall series history. And Phil, what does an atmosphere like this and a rivalry game do for the stakes of this one?
Certainly brings out a lot. You know it can bring out a lot of emotion for these players. That's something you certainly have to keep in check. You know, when a team brings a crowd like OC has brought into your building, that can certainly start to maybe build some frustration from the Crimson Storm team players, as you know, this is the place where they're supposed to have all the support, but you can tell that the Eagles fans are going to be loud in this one, so you've got to be able to stay under control and keep your emotions in check in this one, because you know certainly with this type of atmosphere that is here, it is going to bring the fire from both teams.
And the intensity should bring out the best of SNU as well. Jonathan Dunn leading the way in scoring so far this season for SNU, 18.7 points per game. And he needs just 11 points tonight, Phil, to reach that 1,000-point mark in SNU history. What's he been like so far this season?
Oh, we love seeing Jonathan Dunn out there continuing to just make plays, make shots when the Crimson Storm needs them. We know there's been times in the second half through these first few games where they've been a little sluggish, and Jonathan Dunn just seems to come out of nowhere and will knock down a couple of big shots and just kickstart this unit and this team back to where they expect to be. So just his career has been absolutely phenomenal. His ability to put the ball in the basket, one of the best in the country at doing so, and he's just going to continue to be that igniter for this Crimson Storm offense.
For OC, a couple names to note here. They're led in scoring by Jordan Box, the fifth-year senior from McKinney, Texas. He's out of Frisco Heritage High School. Again, this is his fifth year wearing the burgundy and white for OC. He's averaging 16 points per game through their first three games. They are 2-1 overall. Lost the season opener to Texas A&M Commerce, 89-82, and then rallied for two wins down in Lawton this past week against Cameron, 85-79 winners there. And then a big win over Dallas Christian, 116-84. And Phil, we saw a high-powered UCO attack on Thursday, came in averaging over 100 points per game, and they left having scored just 63. OC comes in averaging 94.5 points per game. Another potent test for the SNU defense, which has been very good so far this season, have not allowed any of their three opponents to hit the 70-point mark yet.
Absolutely. You know, that defense is so strong for SNU. That's their calling card, was it all last season, and it continues to show itself to be the case this year. As we saw UCO, a very good shooting team, could not get the ball in the basket at all, it seemed like, in that one. Even they had the slow start and just could never recover at all. So we saw some strong defense from that, especially down low. SNU continues to make it so difficult for teams to put the ball in the basket when they get in the paint. So that just shows the strength and the size that this Crimson Storm defense possesses.
They will have their hands full in the paint. Senior Will Leanhard, a senior out of Bishop McGuinness High School. He started his career at Oklahoma State as a walk-on. After 2 years, transferred down to Oklahoma Christian. He is second in Division II in rebounding average. He's at 13.7 per game. He has 15 offensive rebounds, and just for comparison, SNU has managed 25 offensive rebounds through their first three games as a team. So a big test there for SNU in the paint for Palmer and Noah Starkey.
Absolutely. That's going to be a challenge for this team. We know they're a great defensive rebounding team, but they're certainly going to have to be out there showing their size and their strength, and they're going to have to throw some bodies around in order to keep him off the glass.
And we are all about set here for this matchup between the Eagles and the Crimson Storm. We will take a break, and then we will come back with the starting lineups and the opening tip between the Eagles and the Crimson Storm. We'll be back after this.
Please rise for a word of prayer given by SNU Associate Athletic Director Paul Grady, and then remain standing for the play of our national anthem.
Let's pray together. Lord, we pause tonight to give you praise and honor in this Thanksgiving season. We ask a special blessing on both schools represented tonight. Help the players, coaches, and officials to be at their best. Let's have fun and remember you as we gather together. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
counter with the starting lineup they've used for the first 3 games of this one, or of this season, I should say. R.J. Palmer, Micah Spate, Chris Stevens, Jonathan Dunn, and Noah Starkey. Phil, final thoughts before we get this one started.
Excited to see how this one's go. Just as we've been talking about, this crowd here at this arena already very excited, very hyped for this one. You know, it's going to lead to a lot of emotion, a lot of excitement, so we will see what it brings out of the players from the opening tip.
Again, a just packed house here at the Sawyer Center. The lower bowl is pretty much all full. They have opened up some of the seats up top just in case overflow crowd is needed, so it should be a live atmosphere with students from both schools on either end of the gym. And the tip is up and won by Noah Starkey, and we are underway here. Jonathan Dunn from the left elbow with the jumper is in and out, no good. And Benjamin with the rebound. Brian Carey will control the point for the Eagles. Box with it in front of the SNU bench, guarded by Dunn. Carey hounded by Spate with 3 on the shot clock, gets in the paint. Late pass to Benjamin, just got it off in time and gets it up and in for 2.
That was a very nice late pass there. That was great defense all around by the Storm, but just perfectly placed ball there right at the end of the shot clock.
Dunn trying to get free from Aubrey Johnson. Finds R.J. Palmer down low, puts it up and in, and he's fouled.
Great find by Dunn, and then a strong play by Palmer, who continues to show off his abilities here early on.
So a great strong finish by Palmer inside, and he will go to the line to complete the 3-point play, and the free throw is no good. Rebounded by Lienhard. The pass goes out of bounds over to SNU. It looked like they got Benjamin with that first personal foul, and he quickly heads to the bench, and Roderick Smith, the senior from Madison High School in Houston, Texas, will take his place. Spate gets around Carey, pulls back for 3. He's long, but Palmer corrals the rebound. Working inside, puts up a wild left-hand shot, no good.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to draw the foul there. Does not get the call. A tough play for Palmer.
Johnson gets by Stevens, gets into the paint. Good leave off for Smith, who puts it up and in. OC takes a 4-2 lead. Nearly 2 minutes gone by in this one. Lienhard gets around Starkey and pokes the entry pass away, and OC comes away with it. OC pushing tempo. Carey forces it into Lienhard, who kicks it out to Johnson. Now Carey's with it in the corner against Spate. He drives baseline, cut off there by Starkey. Now Smith will try a 3. It's long, and Starkey clears for SNU.
Early on, you're seeing some very tough physical defense from both teams, making it hard to find any opening.
Spade gets inside of Lienhard and puts up the floater over the big fella.
That was pretty. That just he just kind of flipped that up. High arcing, just drops right in the bucket.
Terrific action both ways here in this one. Terrific atmosphere as well. Lienhard controls up top against Starkey. Finds the cutting Johnson, who gets by Stevens for 2.
Yeah, Stevens a step behind him. Just enough room to get it up with the left hand.
Well, 3-man weave up top with Palmer and Dunn and Spate. Dunn is knocked away by Johnson, gets it back. And we've got an offensive foul call on Jonathan Dunn. Looked like he might have hooked Johnson going to the basket there, and that's his first personal foul and team's first.
Yeah, Jonathan Dunn looking, just trying so hard to get to the basket right now, but they are playing him so tough he's not finding much room at all.
Johnson in the corner for three is rejected by Stevens, who saves it to Micah Spate.
Heads up play there by Stevens, got the block and then stayed with it to get it in bounds. Beautiful effort.
Quick entry pass to Starkey, who's got the hook over Leonard. It's no good. Smith clears for OC. And the Eagles come back the other way. Carey on the wing to Johnson for three. It's good. And the Eagles have opened up a 9-4 lead here. 4 minutes gone by in this one.
Yeah, shooting 4 for 6 here early on. Eagles coming out stroking the nets.
Dunn will try a three of his own. In and out, no good. Leonard grabs the rebound. His first of the night.
Yeah, we're already seeing Leonhard play some tough ball on Noah Starkey, grabbing that rebound as well as making it hard for him to get that hook shot up early up. This is a big body for Noah Starkey to contend with.
Spade deflects the pass out of bounds, and that'll take us to our first stoppage. A lively atmosphere here at SNU. OC leads this one 9-4, 15:29 to go in the first half. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the Sawyer Center here in Bethany on the campus of SNU. We've got a great matchup for you tonight. OC leading this one early, 9-4 over the Crimson Storm. And Phil, so far SNU just been unable to get the shots to fall, just 2 of 7 from the field.
Yeah, they're not, most of their shots, they have not had really great looks either. Just some really tight defense from OC early on, making it very difficult for the Storm to find any opening.
The shot clock did not reset, and that's a shot clock violation. Terrific defense for the Crimson Storm there. As they get the early turnover. Logan Hicks into the game, as well as Ashton Charles. Palmer and Chris Stevens take a seat. Logan Hicks has been terrific so far through 3 games for the Crimson Storm, averaging 10 points per game and 35% from 3-point range.
Hicks and Charles is going to be huge for this team, trying to...
Oh, and Starkey just bodied right through Will Leonhard and threw it down on his head.
That was all strength Noah Starkey. But going back to Logan Hicks and Ashton Charles, they're going to be huge coming off the bench. You know, you've got to have those players who can continue to put the ball in the basket while your starters are getting a rest, and they were able to do that against UCO. They're going to have to continue to do that throughout the season.
Marcus Blackwell into the game for the first time for OC. Shot clock down to 8. Johnson with a deep 3, and he nailed it.
A nice little step back move there, gave him plenty of room. He drilled it.
Aubrey Johnson, the state tournament MVP 3 years ago for Mustang High School when the Broncos won the state tournament. He certainly knows good basketball, and having been on some great teams down there at Mustang. Ashton Charles with a nice hook in the lane is no good. Tip no good from Starkey, and here come the Eagles. Carey drives past Spate, leaves it off for Smith, knocked away, gets it back. No good, and Starkey clears.
And great
Spate's
defense
got
down
numbers,
low.
3-on-3. Oh, what a fake pass, and he takes it in for 2.
What a beautiful move. Micah Spate, I think, fooled everyone in the entire gym with that pass, and then takes it himself for 2.
Carey probing again. Again, just kind of underscores the value of Hicks. being such a potent scorer on the perimeter. Johnson gets inside, but Ashton Charles sends it back.
That was a great pass, but Charles stayed with it all the way.
Long lead pass to Dunn for three, and it's good.
What a sequence. Charles on one end. They find Dunn on the other. That was beautiful.
Back and forth we go here at the Sawyer Center. Lean hard with it, up high against Starkey. Spate knocks it away. He's been very active early. Johnson loses the ball. Starkey's got it. Great lead pass ahead to Hicks. Carey mugs him, going to the basket. Hicks takes a little exception to the foul there.
That was a hard foul. Smart foul in that play. 3-on-1 as Hicks goes up, but very hard.
That's the first on Brian Carey. Second team foul, and Logan Hicks will shoot 2. First one is good. Mass substitutions coming in here. Braden Eagleston for OC. Jordan Box back into the game as well. DJ Walter also into the game, freshman from Midwest City. Brady Mulkey in the game for the first time. He replaces Noah Starkey for SNU. Hicks drains both free throws, and SNU has the lead again at 13-12. 13 minutes to go first half, and what has been a terrific back and forth matchup between the Eagles and Crimson Storm, and a great atmosphere here at the Sawyer Center.
Yeah, we're seeing some great basketball from both teams so far. Really playing hard and being really physical with one another. This could be a tight one throughout.
Box loses it, saves it before going over half court. Blackwell with it. Eggleston with a deep three over Mulkey is no good. Dunn corrals the rebound, and he is fouled by Roderick Smith.
Yeah, great job by Dunn going up on that one. We've seen some great rebounding from him early on in this season. Just another part of his game that's so dynamic.
First on Smith, third on the team. Micah Spate will take a quick seat. Zach Johnson into the game for SNU. Jonathan Dunn, the lone starter out there right now for the Crimson Storm. Charles, confident stroke for three, is off. Mulkey tips the rebound and gets it. And SNU will reset. Hicks with it now, pulls up over Blackwell for three. It's short, but bounces in!
The shooter's roll on that one. I don't know how that one got the roll, but just enough to roll in.
Smith drives on Charles, just moves him right out of the way and lays it in for 2.
Yeah, strong drive.
Great screen from Mulkey, frees Dunn in the corner for 3. It's short. That over the back foul is gonna go on Ashton Charles, his first, team second, and that takes us to another break on the action. 11:31 to go first half. SNU leads this one 16-14. You're listening to SNU basketball.
We're ramping up for the National Day of Giving and are excited for the opportunity to raise money that directly supports student scholarships. Join us in prayer for our student body and this time where we can give a student the chance to be a part of the SNU family.
Welcome back to the Sawyer Center. SNU with a 2-point lead over the Eagles of Oklahoma Christian. And Phil, we've had a exciting one so far in this one.
Absolutely, been very back and forth so far in this one. We saw Oklahoma Christian jump out to a quick 9-4 lead. I think it even got up to 12-6. But then the Storm bounced back, and we saw some great play from them on both ends, and it just continues to be a physical matchup.
Box with it, will pull up for 3 over Zach Johnson. It's off. R.J. Palmer back into the game, controls the rebound. Coleman Edwards in as well. Noah Starkey back in, also for SNU. So Edwards, Hicks, Palmer, Starkey, and Johnson out there for the Crimson Storm. Nice entry pass, and it's rejected from behind by Eggleston.
That was a great pass, but Eggleston stayed with it all the way.
Johnson leaves it off for Smith, who is fouled going up by Noah Starkey. Starkey thought he was walloped from behind. The official said all ball, and that's what will go down in the books. So Roderick Smith will go to the line for 2. Averaging 12.7 points per game so far this season. 4 rebounds a game as well. And he knocks down the first. Will Leonard back into the game. Second free throw is good, and we are tied at 16.
Aubrey Johnson having a very good first half here, knocking down his shots, already up to 9 points here early on.
A little bit high on the entry pass there from Palmer, but the ball is deflected out of bounds by Leinhardt, and we will keep it here. 23 on the shot clock for SNU. Quick inbounds pass to Edwards, pulls the trigger for 3, is long. Edwards has been struggling from 3 so far this season. Shooting just 14% from 3-point range. He's now 1 of 8 so far this season. Smith powers through Palmer, no good. Leinhardt deflects the ball out of bounds. Battling for the rebound with Noah Starkey. Again, Leinhardt, the second leading rebounder in Division II, 13.7 per game. You can see there it's all about positioning.
Absolutely, especially with a big body like him, he's got the opportunity to get in position more often than not, and he shows the ability to do so.
Hicks with a long 2, and it's good right over the top of Blackwell.
We love that about Hicks, the ability to create his own shot off the dribble, creating enough separation to hit that mid-range.
Aubrey Johnson guarded by Edwards. Behind the back dribble, leaves it for Box up top. Box spins, great defense from Johnson, and he leaves it short. Smith knocks the rebound out of Palmer's hands, and that goes out of bounds.
Yeah, absolutely great defense, staying with him all the way, making that shot extremely difficult.
Logan Hicks will leave. Micah Spate back in. Brian Carey and Eggleston back into the game. Smith and Box will take a seat. R.J. Palmer working on Eggleston. Gets inside and draws the foul. Good aggressive play from R.J. Palmer. And he gets the foul on Braden Eggleston, the senior from Amarillo High.
That's exactly what we're seeing from R.J. Palmer, continuing to just grow with confidence. Each time he touches the ball, knowing his own abilities and knowing that he has the strength to power his way to the basket and at the minimum draw a foul.
Palmer long with the first free throw. Second free throw is no good. SNU shooting right into the OC student contingent that made the trip down from Edmond. SNU maintains a 2-point lead, 18-16. Just over 9 minutes to go here in the first half. Carey gets inside of Starkey, who rejects the shot, and Spate has the rebound.
Those long arms of Starkey there. He was pushed pretty far back, but still able to have
Zach
the ability
Johnson
to get it.
In amongst the trees, and he is hammered by Aubrey Johnson. Great defense on the other end by Spate and Starkey, not allowing Carey to get into their bodies and draw that contact. By the time Carey decided to put up the shot, he was already well under the goal. And an easy rejection for Starkey. First free throw for Zach Johnson is off. Jonathan Dunn and Ashton Charles into the game for SNU. Starkey and Edwards will take a seat. SNU just 2 of 6 from the free throw line to start this one. And Johnson ends the drought with his first points of the night. 19-16 now, Crimson Storm. As Carey controls against Spate. Deflected again by Micah Spate. That's at least the 5th pass he's gotten his hand on in this first half. Carey inside, rejected by Spate, unless that was a pass to Lienhard. Missed the first shot, but he tips his own miss back in. The old stat patter move there.
As we talked about, Lienhard, just a monster on the glass.
Micah Spate for 3 is good.
Micah Spate continues to just knock down shots when it's absolutely needed. As OC was within 1, Micah Spate just drills the 3. He's off to a quick start as well, 3 for 4.
Eggleston was looking for the backdoor lob to someone. Don't think it was to Carey, given the height on the pass and Carey's lack of height. But either way, the pass sails out of bounds, and Roderick Smith back into the game for Eggleston. So SNU maintaining a 4-point lead here. 4th turnover for the Eagles. Spate gets enough space, pulls the trigger for 3, it's long. Charles nearly with an over the back there, but no call, and Lienhart with another rebound, his 5th. On the drive, they're gonna get Zach Johnson with the blocking foul. And that'll take us to a timeout here. SNU maintaining a 4-point lead, 22-18, 7:39 to go first half. You're listening to Crimson Storm Basketball.
We're ramping up for the National Day of Giving and are excited for the opportunity to raise money that directly supports student scholarships. Join us in prayer for our student body and this time where we can give a student the chance to be a part of the SNU family.
Welcome back to the Sawyer Center. Packed house on hand here for this one between the Eagles and the Crimson Storm. And we even opened up a section of the upper deck here right around the corner from us. And hopefully we see that a lot more as the season progresses for the number 5 team in the country. Brian Carey inbounding on the baseline, gets it into Blackwell. Smith drives on Charles right into the body of Starkey, who rejects it. Goes out of bounds, 18 on the shot clock. And OC will maintain possession. Already the 6th rejection for SNU, 3rd for Starkey.
Starkey continues to just be a monster down in the post, not given any easy baskets. OC continues trying to drive and get down low, but Starkey's not having it.
York Benjamin back into the game, his first action since the opening minute or two. Dunn hounding Blackwell up top. Great job getting over that screen. Lienhart goes in. High floater with the left hand is no good. York Benjamin somehow gets the rebound, misses the putback, but then gets his own tip in. And OC doing a great job on the offensive glass, but Starkey running the court well, and Micah Spate finds him for the dunk.
You love seeing that quick inbounds off of a play where you don't want to give up back-to-back offensive rebounds, but as OC was not ready for that quick run out from SNU, a great job of finding Starkey.
Aubrey Johnson very short on that three, and Spate pushing tempo quickly, and he's fouled from behind by Aubrey Johnson. That's going to be the second on Aubrey Johnson, who is leading OC in scoring right now with 8 points. But he will quickly head to the bench with that second personal foul. York bench. Spade inbounds up top to Hicks. OC now in a 2-3 zone. Spate floats it inside, rejected, gets it back, finds Ashton Charles. He gets it back, he's rejected, and the packed house certainly makes it an exciting atmosphere as well. Dunn over on the left wing. Charles with the free throw line jumper is good. Ashton Charles continues to show a lot of confidence in that jump shot there, Phil.
Absolutely. We saw him knock down, I believe, 3 there against UCO last week, and then we've seen him take a couple of shots confidently in this one. That's the first one to get it to fall, but you love the ability, no hesitation, firing it up.
Roderick Smith kind of lost the ball on the dribble, managed to shovel it over to Lienhard, who puts it in for 2. Palmer and Stevens at the scorer's table, ready to check in for SNU. Hicks with a deep 3 is long. Not a great shot there for SNU. The ball pass is deflected out of bounds by Dunn. Will stay here with OC. 25 on the shot clock as Hicks and Charles will check out.
Yeah, as you said, the Logan Hicks jumper, not a great shot. We know this SNU team has the ability to move the ball around, pass it around, and rack up those assists. So you want to see a little bit more ball movement on possessions than you saw on that one.
Timeout on the court. OC will take a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. A lot of back and forth so far. SNU shooting 43.5% in this one, and OC not a little bit worse there at 37.5%. What's been the key so far for SNU, Phil?
Physical defense, as we've talked about. Noah Starkey manning the middle, but 6 total blocks as a team here in the first half, making everything that OC is trying to do very difficult. We saw OC kind of jump out to a hot start. They were 4 for 6 to begin the game, shooting field goals, now shooting 9 of 24. So significantly have dropped off that early pace, and that just comes down to that stifling defense, putting pressure on everything that the Eagles are trying to do.
SNU also already with 6 blocks and quite a few deflections as well. Blackwell guarded by Stevens. He'll rise and fire over him and bury it. Chris Stevens gave Marcus Blackwell a little too much space there, and Blackwell knocked down the open jumper. Spade around the Starkey pick. Trying to get it down into him, and Roderick Smith gets a little greedy, reaching around R.J. Palmer with that entry pass, and he'll pick up the foul, and that's going to be the second foul on Roderick Smith. 7th team foul for OC, and Smith will check out. DJ Walter back into the game. And R.J. Palmer 0 for 3 from the free throw line tonight. He'll go to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. First free throw is up and good for Palmer. Not sure why the OC students are chanting Markel Fultz at Palmer, but, you know, whatever.
Yep, I was trying to figure out if that's what they were saying. That's what I thought, but, you know, if that's what they want to go for.
Palmer knocks down both. SNU leads by 4. Under 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Carey, dangerous pass to Walter. Box with a dangerous shot attempt.
Yeah, a little bit wild there, but OC able to recover and reset.
Carey forces up the runner and gets it to fall.
Yeah, all around a little bit of a wild possession there. Eagles able to convert anyway, though, off of a nice little floater from Carey.
2-3 zone now, and that's a reach around on Will Leanhard. OC's been caught several times with their hand in the cookie jar on those reach-ins, trying to get their hands on the entry passes, and it's starting to add up. That's the first on Leanhard, but the 8th team foul for OC.
Yeah, absolutely. As we've been talking about, very physical game, but right now OC is being a little bit too aggressive on trying to force those turnovers and rack up those steals.
Starkey, first free throw is up and good. Noah Starkey shooting 85% from the free throw line so far this season. That is the best on the team. Outside of Zach Johnson and Brady Mulkey's 100%, but needless to say, the attempts are a little bit more for Noah Starkey. Logan Hicks in, Jonathan Dunn out. Starkey hits both of them, and he will check out as Brady Mulkey re-enters the game. I don't want to bag on the guy, but DJ Walter, the freshman from Midwest City for OC, looks like he should be starting on his 8th grade team.
Absolutely, yeah.
They just keep getting younger.
He's got that skinny frame. Let's go along with it. He's calling for it in the corner, but the Eagles convert anyway.
Well, Leanhard gets inside of Brady Mulkey and puts that one up and in. Nice up and under move there for the senior. Logan Hicks finds himself free at the elbow and buries the jumper.
A couple of nice mid-range jumpers we've seen from Logan Hicks now. You love to see that, just adding more and more weapons and versatility to this offense.
Hicks leading the team with 9 points so far in this one, and he is certainly not afraid to pull the trigger. Walter gets past Palmer, but Mulkey does a nice job sliding over, and he will take the charge on DJ Walter, and that's going to be the 9th team foul on OC, and that will also take us to a break in the action. SNU leading 32-28, 3:29 to go in the first half, and we will take a break with them. This is SNU basketball. Welcome back to the Sawyer Center. SNU with the ball and the 4-point lead, 32-28 over Oklahoma Christian, and what has been a very exciting and fun first half here at the Sawyer Center. Micah Spate controlling up top. Jonathan Dunn gets backdoor and puts the layup in over Blackwell.
Beautiful cut and beautiful bounce pass right in stride to Dunn. You love seeing that from Palmer.
7th assist on 12 made baskets for SNU, and the early season trend continuing. Aubrey Johnson back into the game along with York Benjamin for OC. Blackwell, long two is off, and Dunn skies for the rebound. Thought about passing ahead to Spate, and the double clutch results in a palming violation, and SNU turns it over.
Yeah, a little bit of hesitation on that.
It looked good, but it was probably the right call to not do it, but the indecision certainly forced the turnover. Roderick Smith back into the game. Aubrey Johnson and Roderick Smith both on the court now with 2 fouls for the Eagles. Smith will drive on Palmer. Puts it up with the right hand, and they're going to get R.J. Palmer with the foul.
Yeah, it looked like his arm came right down on top of the shoulder of Smith.
So Smith will go to the line for 2. First free throw is long. Braden Eggleton set to check in, I believe, for Smith at the scorer's table. Second free throw up. It's also no good. Palmer clears for SNU.
Those were just the third and fourth free throw attempts for OC. With how physical and hard they've been driving to the basket, you love seeing that SNU playing that great defense down low.
Nice little give and go between Spate and Starkey. And Starkey puts it in to extend the SNU lead to 8. Their largest lead of the evening. Great job by Starkey to cut off Johnson. They've got him trapped in the corner. Looked like a travel there. He looked like took a little hop step. Lienhard with a nice step through is no good. Palmer clears. SNU pushes it with Spate. Pulls up from the elbow, it's long. And Smith clears for OC, who comes back the other way with Aubrey Johnson. Drives on Hicks, giving him a little shoulder. Shot's no good, and Spate skies in for the rebound. Hicks, no hesitation for 3. It's good. Timeout, Eagles. It's a 9-0 run for the Crimson Storm, and they have opened the lead up to 11. 30-second timeout here for OC. We will keep it here with you. Logan Hicks, no hesitation in his game at all.
Absolutely, he loves to fire away, and he's got that quick trigger, and right there, just big time shot. Now 4 of 5 on the game, leading the way for the Storm. Just his ability to be a spark for this team is just so important, and you love his confidence that he continues to show night in and night out.
SNU now 4 of 11 behind the arc. And that's 9 assists on 14 made baskets, something Coach Adam Bohach will take all day, every day. 1:23 to go and counting here in the first half. Great ball denial by Dunn. Johnson finally does get it. Carey drives on Spade in the baseline, leaves his feet to pass. Blackwell somehow got that up.
A wild
Found
shot,
it.
but no one home for the Storm to get that rebound. There were 3 Eagles just standing around waiting for that ball to come off the rim.
Spade is pushed by Carey to the baseline, no call. Palmer, quick trigger for 3 is short. Starkey gets the offensive rebound. Spins inside and throws it down.
What a play. Noah Starkey just looking around, just weaves his way through the traffic and throws it down. The strength on display there.
About a 2-second difference, shot clock to game clock as Carey holds. And Spade gets in for the steal. And then he overslid it. And a jump ball is called, and that will stay with OC. A little bit of pushing and shoving between Johnson and Dunn.
What a heads-up play there from Spate, though. As OC trying to dribble out the clock, he just goes and knocks it free when they weren't even ready for it. Just unfortunately overslid the ball just a bit and couldn't get control of it.
Carey looked over to head coach Corey Cole for the play call. And in that moment's hesitation, Spate just slipped in there and got the steal. Nearly kept possession as well, but on the dive, he kind of overslid it and lost possession.
That's what you love about Micah Spate, though, and that we've been seeing all season. It's just the effort constantly on the court. Everyone else is just kind of watching the ball get dribbled out, and he's just right there And as soon as OC loses focus, he steals it away.
The officials were reviewing something at the scores table. I think they might have been checking to see if there was a change of possession, and I think they've ruled there is. So now OC will be able to dribble out the half here. Carey gets by Spade, gets the basket, but it's ripped away by Dunn. 5 seconds to go. Dunn pumps, pulls the trigger for three. It's good at the buzzer!
What an ending to that half by this Crimson Storm team. It's absolutely incredible.
Minor pandemonium here at the Sawyer Center as SNU roars into the locker room with a 14-point lead. Just a huge play. Jonathan Dunn with the steal. Then the pump fake to get Aubrey Johnson off balance enough to squeeze off that shot before the buzzer. What a terrific ending to a huge finish to the half for SNU.
Absolutely. You know, we were talking about Spate playing so heads up there, couldn't quite get the steal, so Jonathan Dunn just goes ahead and takes it into his own hands, and then just incredible ability and patience to get just enough time and just enough distance from the defender to knock down that shot. Incredible ending to this first half.
So SNU ends the half on a 14-2 run over the last 4 minutes and change to take a 44-30 lead into the locker room. We will take a short break, and when we come back, we will break down the first half and look at all the stats and numbers, and we'll tell you what it all means for the second 20 minutes. You're listening to SNU Basketball. Welcome back to halftime at the Sawyer Center. Just a few minutes away from the start of the second half as SNU takes the court. And Crimson Storm lead this one 44-30 over Oklahoma Christian. And Phil, a really exciting back and forth half ended all Crimson Storm there with the 14-2 run in the last 4 minutes.
Absolutely, yeah. It was very tightly contested throughout the majority of that first half. Very physical, but both teams. You saw Oklahoma Christian really playing some very tight defense on the Crimson Storm, making it difficult on them. But then all of a sudden, just that explosive unit from the Crimson Storm just busted this thing wide open. All of a sudden, they carry a 14-point lead.
Some quick numbers for you here at halftime. SNU ended up shooting 51.6% in the first half. 16 of 31 from the field. They were led by Logan Hicks, 12 points on 4 of 5 shooting, including 2 of 3 from three-point range. And like we talked about in that first half, Hicks' ability to score the basketball and lack of conscience when it comes to shooting the ball, certainly a big thing for this SNU offense.
Oh, so huge for this team. Just to be that spark plug off the bench, really ignite this team when they need it. And just as you said, 12 points. We saw him knock down some big shots, even knocking down some nice mid-range jumpers along those threes that we've continued to see him knock down here early on in the season. So you love seeing that. You love having that bench presence that's going to be able to come on and allow you to keep running your offense just as you did when the starters were on the court.
Noah Starkey with 10 points as well as 3 rebounds. Also had 3 blocks there in the first half, part of a 6-block party for SNU. For OC, they shot 40.6% from the free throw line, only got to the foul line 4 times, were just 2 of 8 from three-point range as well. Also had 7 turnovers. They were led by Aubrey Johnson's 8 points, Will Leanhard and Roderick Smith with 6 points apiece. Leanhard, the number 2 rebounder in all of Division II, leads all players with 5 boards. And Phil, big number again for SNU, 9 assists on 16 made baskets, sharing the basketball again, proving to be the winning formula for the Crimson Storm.
Absolutely, just as you said, continuing to share the ball, and what you love is it's not just one player out there racking up all the assists. We know Micah Spate runs that point, and of course he leads the way with 4 assists, but then just continuing to move the ball as a team, as we've talked about, the big men knowing how to pass the ball around as well. RJ Palmer with a couple of assists himself. So when you see that kind of ball movement, that's really when this Crimson Storm team becomes so dangerous.
So SNU again finished the half on a 14-2 run, and they will start with possession here in the second half. Starters for both teams are going to be back on the floor. For SNU, Palmer, Spate, Stevens, Dunn, and Starkey. Leanhard, Johnson, Benjamin, Box, and Carey for OC, and we are underway here in the second half. Spate lost the dribble. Trapped on the baseline there by Carey, but gets it out to Starkey. Gets help from Dunn. Dunn pulls up for 3 over Johnson. It's off the mark. And Carey comes down with the rebound for the Eagles.
Good defense again by the Eagles out of the gates. Not giving the Storm any easy looks on that first possession.
Benjamin stops in the paint. Left-handed hook is no good. Battle for the rebound comes down to Starkey, who gives it up to Stevens. Palmer right down Main Street again, trying to go for the poster dunk there. Lost the ball on the way up because he was fouled.
We continue to see him go for some of those high-flying, monstrous dunks, but he's having some hard time getting those to fall that time because of the hard foul from behind.
So Palmer back to the free throw line. He's been there 5 times tonight, just 2 of 5 from the charity stripe. First one is up and good. Has made 3 in a row now after starting 0 for 3. And a big key for SNU tonight has been their defense on Jordan Box. Came into the game averaging 16 points per game, leading the team. Also shooting 7 of 13 from three-point range. Palmer misses the three-pointer, tips the ball to Spate, who tried to save it off Johnson, but he was laying out of bounds when the ball came back and hit him. So it will be Oklahoma Christian ball. 19 minutes to go in this one, and the Eagles down 15 to the Crimson Storm.
Lots of aggressiveness and fighting for the rebound from both teams tonight. Obviously, 20 rebounds for Oklahoma Christian, 19 for the Storm.
Spate gets the deflection, and the official rules it tipped off Carey last. So a turnover for the Eagles. And again, Micah Spate, one steal tonight, but he's had deflections on at least 5 passes. In addition to that, quick entry pass to Starkey, going to work against Lienhard, turns with the right-handed hook. And that's going to be goaltending on York Benjamin. As that ball looked like it might fall in. Benjamin just mistimed his jump just a little bit. I think that second bounce on the rim kind of threw him off a smidge.
Yeah, but it kind of looked like it was going to bounce off, but still right there on the cylinder. Can't get your hands on it. That'll be 2 points for Starkey.
Dunn hounding Box, who bodies into Dunn, and Dunn gets called for the foul there. Dunn a distinct size advantage over Jordan Box, and Box will quickly head to the bench. Corey Cole not afraid to bring out the substitutes quickly for the Eagles. Roderick Smith into the game, Marcus Blackwell in as well.
Absolutely, we've already seen them go to a long list of guys off the bench and very quickly keeping them moving, especially when you've got 3 guys already with a couple of fouls here early on in the second half.
Blackwell steps back for 3 and knocks it down over Jonathan Dunn.
Yeah, that was a nice stroke there from Blackwell. Just kind of lulled Dunn just enough to sleep. Dunn still got a hand on, but just nicely done.
Starkey through Lienhard, but missed the shot. Palmer with the rebound, and SNU will reset. Dunn gets inside the arc. Jumper's no good, and Starkey and Palmer battling for the rebound, and it's deflected out of bounds over to OC.
Yeah, Palmer and Starkey are the only ones who were at that rebound, but unfortunately they hit it off each other and it rolls out of bounds.
Smith gets it down low to Lienhard. Quick spin move. Drew nothing but backboard on the shot. It's almost like he spun himself too fast. Spate comes away with it. Gets Carey in the air.
Yes.
And that foul is going to go on Brian Carey. That's his second personal foul. Second on the team this half. And Micah Spate will go to the free throw line for 2.
Smart play there by Spate, drawing the defender in the air, waiting just enough to draw the foul.
Spate hits the first. Carey's a transfer from Texas Southern University. Was actually on the roster last year that made the NCAA tournament. We've seen some Division I tournament experience the past 2 nights out for the Crimson Storm with UCO's Darius Avery, who's on Loyola Chicago, that made the Final Four last year.
Yeah, lots of talent on the floor that we've seen the last couple of nights, especially as we talked about. Having someone that's been to the Final Four, you don't get that every day. So pretty cool players we've seen here at the Sawyer Center.
Johnson's shot is no good, and the ball bounced on the rim a couple times. Roderick Smith able to get the offensive rebound and put that back in. SNU lead is down to 14. Palmer working on Smith is hacked by Smith. A quick reach across, and that's going to be the 3rd foul on Roderick Smith. SNU will inbound on the baseline. Quick inbounds pass to Dunn in the corner for 3 is no good. Starkey missed the putback dunk, lost control of the ball on the way up. Smith right down Main Street, and that's an offensive foul.
Great job by R.J. Palmer.
R.J. Palmer stepping in to take the charge, and that is 4 fouls on Roderick Smith. And he will quickly take a seat. Braden Eggleton.
Great job getting back on the Storm because Eagles caught a break on the other side. They fell asleep and left Dunn wide open the corner. He just couldn't capitalize. But a great job on the Storm, staying aggressive and getting back.
Ashton Charles and Logan Hicks into the game for SNU. Spate gets defenders in the air. Oh, just messing with people there, and he gets inside and gets the foul call.
Yeah, he did some dancing there. Got him moving all over the place.
Looks like they got Will Linehard on that one. Excuse me, Braden Eggleton is going to be called for the foul there. That's his second. And Spate will go to the line for 2. OC crowd not happy with that call. It looked like Eggleton got him with the hip. Spate knocks down the first free throw. Spate now in double figures with 10 points to go along with 4 rebounds and 4 assists. Second one also good. And that's an offensive foul on Marcus Blackwell. Trying to go in for the simple handoff and never stopped and ran right through Micah Spate. Good call from the official there. Blackwell doesn't agree with it, but that's absolutely the correct call. Did not give the defender any space and ran right through him.
As I said, ran right through him. Didn't even give Micah Spate a chance there to defend himself. Great call.
Great double there from Eggleton. Deflected to Charles for 3, and he knocks it down.
You love that. There it is. Ashton Charles again showing the confidence, the ability to just rise up and knock down the long ball.
Biggest lead of the night for SNU. It's up to 19. And we've got a foul on Logan Hicks, and words continue to be exchanged here. That's a timeout on the court. 15:46 to go in this one. SNU up comfortably, 54-35. We'll be right back after this break.
We're ramping up for the National Day of Giving and are excited for the opportunity to raise money that directly supports student scholarships. Join us in prayer for our student body and this time where we can give a student the chance to be a part of the SNU family.
Welcome back to the Sawyer Center. SNU leading this one by 19, 54-35 over to the Oklahoma Christian Eagles. SNU picking up right where they left off in the first half by extending this lead. They've done it by getting to the line 6 times already here in the second half. They're 5 of 6 there. Marcus Blackwell. Eggleton gets inside, is rejected by Starkey, and I think they're going to get Ashton Charles with the foul on this one. Actually, they give it to Noah Starkey.
Yeah, it certainly looked like if there was a foul on that, it might have been Charles with the hip going up. Certainly looked like both got their hands on the ball.
Yeah, Starkey looked like all he did was block the shot. Gets clarification from the ref as Eggleton misses the first free throw. Already the 9th foul in the second half. And Eggleton barely draws iron on the second free throw. Ball's deflected off DJ Walter out of bounds. SNU already going to be in the bonus the rest of the way with the next OC foul. With SNU already a big advantage at the free throw line. About to make that even bigger. Charles gets it into Starkey, who's down deep, is rejected by Lienhard. And then Starkey compounds the issue with a foul of his own.
Yeah, he was trying to be aggressive, trying to poke that ball free, but got a little too much on that one. All of a sudden, his third foul of the contest.
Starkey will take a seat. Brady Mulkey into the game. Opportunity here for OC without Starkey patrolling the paint for the Crimson Storm. Let's see what they do. And a quick screen and roll to Lienhard. Kick out Walter for three is short. Hicks clears. He's got Jonathan Dunn up ahead. He puts it up, missed it, but the foul's on Marcus Blackwell. Jonathan Dunn will go to the line for two.
Great job by Dunn there, getting out on the break. The outlet pass finds him, and all of a sudden, Storm are back at the line.
SNU already 12 of 17 from the free throw line. OC just 2 of 6. First free throw is up, short, long, and back in for Jonathan Dunn. His first trip to the free throw line tonight. Second one is up and also good. That's 10 points for Jonathan Dunn. His next bucket will put him in the 1,000-point club for SNU. And he gets the steal. Just shooting the lane, gives the lob to Charles. Not quite enough on that one, and DJ Walter with the steal.
Yeah, they were going, trying to put something fancy up, just not quite enough.
And Marcus Blackwell, out of control, just runs Micah Spade over. Spade did a nice job just standing there and taking that one. And that's the third foul on Marcus Blackwell. He's the second leading scorer on this team, 14.7 points per game coming into this one. He's got 7 tonight, but he's got 3 fouls as well, and he stays out there as Benjamin checks back in for Eggleton. And Dunn just messing with Blackwell now, running a cut and just stopped and got run over from behind by Blackwell. And Jonathan Dunn will go to the line for a 1-and-1 as Blackwell now has his 4th personal foul.
Just like that, Dunn has a chance for a freebie at number 1,000.
Zach Johnson checking into the game for Micah Spate. Jordan Box came in for Blackwell. Phil, in just about a minute's time, we went from 16 fouls to 9 for OC. First free throw is up, and it is good. And that's 1,000 points in Jonathan Dunn's SNU career. Congrats to him, the junior from San Antonio, Texas, Alamo Heights High School, the newest member of the SNU 1,000-point club.
Congratulations to Jonathan Dunn. Absolutely amazing career he has had to this point for the Storm, just continuing to be an absolutely dynamic scorer in so many different ways.
Box hounded by Johnson. Aubrey Johnson for 3, it's short, and Dunn with the rebound. Quick outlet ahead to Hicks. He takes it in himself and scores.
Incredible job looking off the defense. We saw Zach Johnson cutting from the other side.
Jordan Box walks right down and pulls up for 3. It's no good, but we've got a loose ball foul. It's going to go against Ashton Charles. Excuse me, Brady Mulkey will gather that foul. 15 foul, and Blackwell quickly back into the game with his 4 personal fouls. So Corey Cole not afraid to play his guys regardless of the situation. Blackwell gets inside, missed it. York Benjamin went in for the stuff over the top, but jam the ball into the corner of the rim.
Yeah, he came flying in, trying to come in with authority. Just not quite enough, and just gets caught there right between the backboard and the rim.
Possession arrow gives it to OC, and needless to say, that ball did hit the rim, so new shot clock for the Eagles. Lean hard, working on Mulkey. Just bullies him in, but Mulkey with the rejection, and then Lean hard knocks it out of bounds.
Incredible defense, Brady Mulkey staying there with the big body of Lean hard all the way.
And an impressive job from Mulkey. Because on that spin move, Leanhard got him very off balance, but Mulkey recovered nicely for that block. That's the 7th block of the night for the Crimson Storm. Hicks off the screen for 3, very long. Blackwell with it in the open court. He'll slow it down and let traffic clear. Johnson thinking about this deep 3 here. Hicks gives him the inside. Mulkey steps over and takes another charge.
It's the second one he's hitting, but looks like he banged his head on the court as he comes down hard on that charge.
R.J. Palmer comes in for Ashton Charles. Brian Carey into the game for Aubrey Johnson. That's his 3rd personal foul. That's at least the 4th charge taken from SNU for SNU tonight, at minimum.
Again, that's just great interior defense. They've got the size and the length to make it difficult to shoot over the top of them, and you try to drive hard to the basket, they'll step in front of you as well.
10 on the shot clock as Hicks has it up top. Palmer drives down the lane, floater off the glass is no good. Jordan Box comes away with the rebound. He drives down the lane, and that's rejected off the glass by Palmer. But they're going to call goaltending. That was close.
That was close, but I think it did just nick the backboard before Palmer was able to get his hand on it. You love the hustle, though, to get back, the chase down block he was going for. But I think they are going to take a look at it.
Good test to see how good our video replay system is here at the Sawyer Center. It was close. I feel, personal opinion, I would think it's probably best to err on the side of goaltending in that situation.
Yeah, with those coming in so close, it's so hard to make those kind of calls in real time. And I believe they are going to stick with the original call of goaltending. We'll call it indisputable evidence.
So Zach Johnson controlling for the Crimson Storm. 4 Crimson Storm players in double figures tonight, led by Logan Hicks, is 14. He's got it now, working on Brian Carey. He gets it up to Johnson. 10 on the shot clock. Johnson's got to go. Palmer open for 3, misses it left. Lean hard the rebound. A little scattered on that possession for the Crimson Storm, who, as Carey drives in, wild shot with the right hand's no good. Rebound's deflected, and R.J. Palmer has it. Brady Mulkey and York Benjamin getting into it down the court. And Brady Mulkey will pick up the foul on that, and that will bring us to a timeout on the court. 60-37, SNU comfortably in front here. 11:53 to go. We'll take timeout.
We're ramping up for the National Day of Giving and are excited for the opportunity to raise money that directly supports student scholarships. Join us in prayer for our student body and this time where we can give a student the chance to be a part of the SNU family.
Welcome back to the Sawyer Center, where SNU leads 60-37 over Oklahoma Christian, and things getting a little more testy on the court. A little bit of aggression both ways between the Eagles and the Storm. We'll watch that as that unfolds here. Coleman Edwards into the game now. Micah Spate and Noah Starkey also back in the game. Blackwell spins on Johnson, gets inside, it's rejected by Starkey. Great help defense there. Spate, hounded by Blackwell, knocked it away. Spate goes in with the floater, long, gets his own rebound, is hacked by Benjamin, and he'll go to the line for 2. Third foul on York Benjamin.
Again, we're just seeing the Eagles' aggressiveness and physicality just kind of be a little bit too much. They're kind of, you know, they want to play hard against the Storm team, but it's biting them a little bit here as they continue to rack up the fouls here. Already at 10, still under midway through the second half.
Spate short on that one, and as head coach Corey Cole is wont to do for OC, a quick trigger for York Benjamin coming out. Roderick Smith back in the game, he's got 4. Marcus Blackwell still in the game, he's got 4 as well. 17 fouls in the first 9 minutes of the second half between the two teams. Smith dumps it down to Leanhard, gets it back to Smith. Foul's gonna go a reach in on Zach Johnson. That's 7 on the Crimson Storm, so we've got a 1-and-1. Upcoming here for Roderick Smith. 7 for 7 from the free throw line coming into tonight. He's 2 for 4 tonight, now make it 3 for 5.
Both teams in the bonus now, so free throws the rest of the way for both teams, and with the way this half's going, we could see lots of them by the time this one's over.
Smith no good on the second one, and Edwards clears for SNU. SNU just 3 of 12 from the field here in the second half. They've been able to build their lead on the back of 10 for 12 showing from the foul line. Noah Starkey, wild shot. And that loose ball foul is going to go on Roderick Smith. And that's number 5 for Roderick Smith. And that's all she wrote for Roderick Smith, the senior from Houston, Texas.
Yeah, that's hard for this team to lose. Roderick Smith averaging almost 13 points a game. Very big part of that unit, and so early in the second half, that's tough for the Eagles. So already in a big old hill at this point, which makes it that much harder to try and climb up.
Braden Eggleton will come in to replace Smith. Not a strong half either way offensively. Palmer knocks down the first free throw. And it was 44-30 at halftime. So far, SNU's outscored OC by 10 here in the second 20 minutes, but it hasn't been by field goal shooting. They're now 12 of 14 from the free throw line in the second half. OC just 3 of 14 from the field. And SNU no better at 3 of 13. So Blackwell gets past Johnson. Leanhard gets it down to Eggleton, who gets around Palmer, gets Starkey up in the air, and that's going to be 4 on Noah Starkey.
Yeah, both teams just playing a little bit wild, both offensively and defensively, as we're seeing them rack up the fouls, but then they're shooting, taking lots of wild shots. But the defense playing a little out of position, not staying on their feet right there, as we just saw Starkey pick up number 4.
Eggleton's first free throw is good. Second one is also good. Full court pressure applied by the Eagles, who trail 63-40. Edwards, good lob inside to Palmer. Missed the shot, gets it back, puts it up, rolls off, no good, but he will go back to the free throw line.
Yeah, nice entry pass there from Edwards, getting just enough lob on there to get over the outstretched defender's arms and into Palmer's hands.
Palmer now with a game-high 7 rebounds. He's just 1 for 6 from the field, but this will be free throw attempts 10 and 11. Number 10 is off to the right. Aubrey Johnson into the game. Jordan Box will take a seat. Second one for Palmer is also no good. Palmer just 5 of 11 from the free throw line tonight. A great hedge from Palmer, and he gets the steal.
Great job. A nice little
Pass
dump
ahead to Spade, who lays it in.
Great job. Just kind of tapped that forward to Micah Spate, and Spate was outrunning everyone there. And again, that one will go loose. But again, a nice quick hands we see on display from R.J. Palmer.
Ball deflected off Micah Spade out of bounds. But again, great hustle for SNU defensively, and substitution for OC and SNU. Dunn back in the game as Edwards will take a seat, and into the game for the first time, James Bagwell, junior from Edmond Santa Fe High School. And Edmond is into the game for the first time. That's going to be an offensive foul on Braden Eggleton. Little hip check screen there. Oh no, they're going to call Ashton Charles.
I don't know about that one. I saw
for bumping Eggleton, I guess.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a domino effect there, but it certainly looked like Dunn got pushed down on that play. A little bit of questionable call, but again, we've got free throws.
Second foul on Charles. And buckle up, folks. We might be here a while at the rate we're going here. Eggleton knocks them both down at 65-42 SNU. 9:40 to go in this one. Charles, a three-pointer. It's good.
Again, the confident stroke. Ashton Charles rising up. And he's got that long body, those long arms, gives him the ability to rise over just about any defender and knock it down. So you love seeing the ability of him to do so. That's the second one of the contest.
There's a deflection by Edwards, and Spate comes away with it. Lob up ahead to Dunn. Tip, no good. Eggleton just shoved him in the chest, no call. Edwards, kick to Dunn. Dunn gets around him, goes right at Leonard, no call. Loose ball again. Eggleton's got it, and it's ahead to Aubrey Johnson.
Wild possession there.
Bagwell gets caught traveling. Good defense by Ashton Charles there to stand his ground to end what was a wild 15-20 seconds there. And SNU maintains control, up 26 with under 9 minutes to go. Edwards stops and pops and hits. Good to see Coleman Edwards see the ball go through the basket. Eggleton, a deep three from the wing is good.
Slow to rotate out on the shooter there was Ashton Charles. Gave him plenty of time to knock that one down.
So 70-45 now. SNU still maintaining a sizable advantage. Palmer looking around to screen, and Charles threw it away. Bagwell for three. It's no good. Lienhard tips it to Eggleton. His three is an air ball, and Palmer will slow it down.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Charles got a piece of that ball because that was not going anywhere near the rim on that shot.
Edwards gets it back to Dunn, and Spate will set it up. Some ragged play both ways here in the last minute or two. Spate, great dish down to Charles, hesitates, puts it up. Looked like Eggleton might have gotten a piece of that. That's the second time Eggleton's been pretty physical with an SNU player at the rim. That ball's deflected off of Aubrey Johnson out of bounds.
Yeah, all of a sudden, after lots of calls in the first part of this second half, call after call sending people to the line, all of a sudden it looks like they're letting them play a little bit more.
So very ragged play here in the last minute or so, but 7:24 to go in this one. SNU leading 70-45. We'll take a quick timeout and be back. Welcome back to the Sawyer Center. SNU comfortably in front, 70-45 over Oklahoma Christian. Plenty of time to go in this one, 7 minutes. What has been a ragged second half. A lot of fouls, a lot of whistles. Ultimately, SNU, the beneficiary. Dunn gets it inside, goes right through Charles' legs to Spate, who buries the corner three.
I'm not sure if that's how they drew that one up, but I'm sure they will take it. Nice shot from Spate in the corner.
If the ball deflects off Charles's leg, does he get the assist there, Phil?
You know, that is a question, and I am not the one who can bring that answer. But, you know, I think they should give him credit for at least half an assist on that.
Absolutely. So SNU now leads 73-45, 6:53 to go. And again, just a kind of a ragged second half here for both teams. SNU shooting just 7 of 21 from the field. OC even worse, 4 of 18. This has not been a pretty affair here in the second half. Combined 24 free throw attempts between the two squads. SNU coming out on top of that. 12 of 16 here in the second half. OC 5 of 8. SNU again doing good things with the basketball. 14 assists on 23 made baskets. Micah Spate leading them with 6, and Jonathan Dunn has 12 points and has joined the 1,000-point club for SNU, but he also has 5 assists.
Absolutely, Jonathan Dunn doing a great job. We've seen him multiple times kind of grab those rebounds, reaching towards the sky to rip them down, and then making nice outlet passes to start the transition play. So great job by Jonathan Dunn filling up the stat sheet again.
Marcus Blackwell bullies his way in the paint and scores. He's got 9 now. Tied for the team lead with Roderick Smith.
This is a 26-point game, but it certainly does not feel that way with the physicality and kind of back and forth nature we've seen.
Logan Hicks step back 3 is long. Mulkey with the rebound gives it to Spate. Out of control in the paint, and Braden Eggleton takes the charge. Yes. That's the first personal foul on Micah Spate.
Spate thought they were camped in the restricted area. Wasn't too happy with that call, but again, up 26, you live with that and you walk on.
Zach Johnson, Chris Stevens back into the game for SNU, and Adam Bohotz let the officials know that that was a horrible call with the Eggleton in the restricted area, but we play on. Johnson over Stevens for 3. It's long, and Hicks clears the rebound. Hicks is fouled by York Benjamin. Kind of saw how that one was going to go when Benjamin decided to stay up top on Logan Hicks.
Yep, he was not going to stay in front of that one and not draw the foul. Smart play.
York Benjamin just picked up a technical foul, and that's going to be his 5th. That personal foul was his 4th.
Coach,
so very quickly,
Corey Cole not too happy right now.
Bad to worse as far as the situation for York Benjamin, both as far as gameplay and as far as his standing with his coaching staff. And York Benjamin's going to be escorted off the court by one of the OC staffers. Apparently, Coach Cole did not approve of what he said to the officials, and Cole sent him to the showers. So,
yeah, things unraveling a bit here for the Eagles. You know, as we talked about, they came in really fired up and ready to play. But that sparked for SNU towards the end of that first half, and then just the constant fouls that are getting racked up against the Eagles. They're just starting to unravel a little bit and letting their emotions get the best of them, which one of the things we talked about in the pregame show was with this environment, you got to keep those emotions in check.
Hicks misses the first technical free throw. And the second. Makes the third. I believe hits the second there. And now it will be SNU basketball. I believe what they call is a flagrant technical, if I heard the PA announcer correctly. So with that, SNU will maintain possession here as opposed to just the technical foul shots plus the regular free throws on the foul. So SNU could have made this as much as a 7 or 8 point possession, but instead Hicks goes 2 for 4 at the line, and we'll see what they're able to do with the rest of this.
Yeah, flagrant technical.
Hicks gets inside, is stripped from behind by Eggleton. Mulkey deflects it to Charles, who puts in the runner in the lane.
Incredible effort there by Mulkey, getting on the floor just to tip that over to Charles and keep it alive. Even with a big lead, you know you got to keep pushing forward and putting that effort in there. Earn yourself some more playing times. Great job by Mulkey.
Eggleton. That's going to be a blocking foul on Brady Mulkey. Tried to step over and draw his 3rd charge of the night, but could not hit the triple there. He gets called for the blocking foul. That's his 3rd foul and 10th on the team.
Yeah, good effort again on the defensive end this time by Mulkey, but just was a little slow in getting over. Couldn't get it that time.
Eggleton hits the first free throw. Coleman Edwards into the game for Logan Hicks. With that last bucket, Ashton Charles has gone into double figures with 10. He's the 5th SNU player in double figures. Stevens corrals the miss, and SNU will work it back with 5 minutes to go, leading by 29. Stevens gets in the paint, puts up the shot, no good. Leanhard, the rebound. Blackwell, shot in the lane is no good. tip out to Box for 3, and he nails it.
Box, the leading scorer, has been very quiet in this one. That's just now 5 points on him. Just overall incredible defense that the Storm has played throughout this game, but especially on Box.
Edwards, pump fake, short on the layup. Lean hard, another rebound. His 11th. Box working on Johnson. Spins in the lane, puts up the shot. It's blocked by Mulkey right off Box's head. And it goes out of bounds to the Crimson Storm. And Mulkey will check out. Some hard minutes there for Brady Mulkey, the junior from Royce City, Texas. And Noah Starkey back in with his 4 personal fouls. Sitting on 12 points, 4 rebounds to go along with 4 blocks. Starkey pivots. Hook shot falls off the rim, no good, but they'll get Lean hard with a foul, and that'll be his 3rd.
Yeah, strength of Starkey almost allowed him while he was getting held on the other end, still able to almost get that to roll in, but can't quite get it to go.
We've got timeout on the court. 4 minutes exactly to go in this one. SNU comfortably in front, 77-51. We'll take a break and be back with the finish of this one. Noah Starkey at the line for 2 free throws for the Crimson Storm, who lead 77-51. 4 minutes to go in this one in the crosstown rivalry game with Oklahoma Christian. Starkey's first free throw is in and out, no good. SNU's gotten to the line a lot tonight. That was free throw number 32 for the Crimson Storm, and they've left a lot of points there as well. That's 21 of 33 now, so 12 misses for SNU. The number is what you like to see, the misses not so much.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic of this team. Typically a nice free throw shooting team. Oh, that was a nice play there by Leanhart. But typically 78% overall, pretty quality numbers at the line. Just can't get them to fall consistently in this one.
Charles lost it, gets it back. 10 on the shot clock now for Zach Johnson. He kicks in the corner. Coleman Edwards for 3, and he knocks it down. Just the second three-pointer of the season for Coleman Edwards. He's got 5 points off the bench. Jordan Box gets inside the arc, misses the shot long, and the rebound's deflected out of bounds by Ashton Charles. Back to OC. Palmer, Dunn, and Mulkey back in. Charles, Stevens, and Starkey will take a seat with 3:04 to go. Leanhard going to work on Mulkey. Powers up right through him. Missed it. Missed his own rebound.
Again, great defense by Mulkey. Gets his hands and his body in the way twice on 2 different defenders. Still cannot find an easy look at the basket.
Mulkey, long 2, toe on the line, and he knocks it down just on the line there. I mean, half an inch or so.
Yeah, those are the ones you hate. Just couldn't quite get the foot fully behind the line, but still a very nice shot. Like to see extending the range there from Brady Mulkey.
Ball deflected again. SNU comes out with it. Coleman Edwards goes all the way to the basket, no good. Mulkey tips the rebound. He's got it. And we've got a jump ball. It's going to keep the possession here with SNU. Stevens and Charles back into the game, and Palmer and Dunn will take a seat once again. DJ Walter back in the game. Connor Johnson into the game as well for OC. His first action tonight. Ball's deflected out of bounds by Blackwell there. SNU leading the points off turnovers 22-0.
Yeah, those turnovers certainly have added up for the Eagles, up to 17 turnovers in this one, just 8 for the Storm. And the 8 that they have had, the Eagles have not been able to do anything with. Part of that just comes with that shooting that they have been unable to knock down shots, 34%.
Mulkey short on the left-handed hook. Eggleton comes away with it. Connor Johnson, the junior from Edmond, went to Edmond Santa Fe High School. He's got it. Kicks in the corner to Walter. He tries for 3. It's long. And Edwards comes away with the rebound. Johnson down the lane. Nice left-hand layup around Leanhard is good.
Yeah, impressive move there. Keeping under control.
Walter goes baseline. This left-hand attempt there, and they're going to get Brady Mulkey with his 4th personal foul.
Yeah, last few minutes, fouls have finally slowed down after they were just adding up and up for the first 10 minutes of this second half. Starting to slow down a bit, but that'll be a tough call there for Mulkey.
Walter hits the first free throw, and Harrison Martin into the game for the first time tonight. Sophomore out of Blue Ridge, Texas. Walter hits the second free throw, and James Bagwell back into the game as well. Edwards, step back from the elbow is no good. And Eggleton comes away with the miss. 45 seconds to go here. Bagwell tries a 3 over Stevens. It's no good.
Good job by Stevens there, getting a hand right in the face immediately. As soon as he caught that ball, there was no room to get that shot off.
32 seconds game clock. About a 2-second differential there. SNU unable to run this one out, actually. Shot clock is now off. Oddly, not sure how that happened. Somebody must have pulled the plug there.
Close enough.
So SNU's going to take this one 84-55 over their crosstown rivals, avenging last year's loss at the Eagles' Nest. So the Crimson Storm moved to 4-0 with an 84-55 win over Oklahoma Christian. And Phil, tonight it was all about the defense for SNU.
Absolutely, the defense was key to getting this SNU team out in front, holding this high-powered Eagles offense to just 55 points, just 33% shooting from the field. And again, we just saw OC try to pound the ball down low, and they just couldn't do it with those bodies that the Storm kept doing. 11 blocks, hitting double digits as a team down low, and then we saw them draw a few charges as well. Just incredible defense down low, making it so difficult to get up a shot for the Eagles, and that's something we're continuing to see from this Storm team, and that's something that makes them absolutely so dangerous and so hard to put points against.
SNU ended the first half on a 14-2 run to take a 44-30 lead into the break. And then the second half, they turned up the intensity even more. OC shot just 25% in the second half, including 3 of 11 from three-point range. SNU finishing the game just 43.5% from the field, courtesy of an 11 of 31 showing in the second half. And while the offense was pretty ragged there in the second half, SNU did a great job of getting to the free throw line all night.
Absolutely. That aggressive play that we saw from them allowed them to get to the line, and OC just was having a hard time playing within themselves, staying under control, and SNU was able to use that against them. We saw OC continue to reach in, wrap around those fouls, and SNU just saw them doing that, and they continued to put the pressure on them and continued to get to the line. We saw, wasn't their best night at the line, shooting just 63%, but when you put up 33 free throws at the line, that's at least something that Coach Bohotch is certainly going to be happy with.
SNU 17 assists on 27 baskets, just a smidge under their season average to this point. And on a night where they forced 17 turnovers and had a 22-0 advantage in points off turnovers, SNU did a great job of taking care of the basketball with just 8 turnovers themselves.
Certainly, yeah, that's a huge part of this Crimson Storm team is their ability to take control of the ball, move it around, and make smart passes. As we talked about, whenever we see them so often rack up the assists, and that comes off the ability to make smart passes, keep the ball moving, and play within themselves. And part of that, again, comes through that ability of so many dynamic scores. There's not just one guy on this team that can put points on the board, as we see so many guys in double figures night in and night out. So when you have that makes it a little bit easier to not turn the ball over because you don't have one guy trying to dance around too much, and that's exactly what, again, we saw tonight.
So SNU, 5 players in double figures for the Crimson Storm, led by Micah Spate, 17 points, which you watch the game, you're like, how is Micah Spate the leading scorer?
Absolutely. Again, that just comes down to his ability to pick his spots. We say it so much. 17 points on just 9 attempts. That's his game. He's going to rack up the stats all across the board. We talked about the 17 points, the 6 assists and 7 rebounds. He keeps inching his way closer to that triple-double, and you got to think with those numbers he keeps putting up night in and night out, by the end of the season, he might have himself one.
Logan Hicks with 16 points off the bench has just been a terrific offensive player for the Crimson Storm. The ability to get his own shot has been huge for that second unit. Ashton Charles, 10 points off the bench as well. And then Jonathan Dunn and Noah Starkey each with 12. And Jonathan Dunn, again, becoming the newest member of the SNU 1,000-point club with that 12-point output. Also had a team-high 3 steals, 5 assists as well for Jonathan Dunn. For OC, no players in double figures for the Eagles. Marcus Blackwell and Roderick Smith off the bench led the Eagles with 9 points apiece. Aubrey Johnson and Will Lienhard also had 8 points apiece. Lienhard with a game-high 12 rebounds. Had a couple players foul out. York Benjamin and Roderick Smith fouled out there in that second half. And again, the Eagles shoot just 33%, 5 of 19 from the three-point line, and turn the ball over 17 times. Again, just a testament to SNU's defensive prowess in this one. The Crimson Storm, coming up next, they will travel to Fort Smith this weekend for a little Thanksgiving tournament. They will take on Midwestern State Friday at 5 o'clock, and a little bit of a interesting game there for Logan Hicks, who, of course, transferred from Midwestern State. And then they will play Arkansas Fort Smith on Saturday, the 24th, before beginning conference play next weekend. And, Phil, it's hard to believe that conference play is already upon us.
Yeah, coming up quickly. And, you like the start that you're seeing, but now we're going to have the opportunity to see what this team can do on the road, having already played all the games in the Sawyer Center. All of a sudden going to hit the road and take on a new environment, a new challenge. But just as you said, just a couple more games, all of a sudden we're going to be jumping right into conference play. And you got to think that this SNU team is going to be looking to start conference play out strong again, coming off an absolutely incredible season all around last year, but especially just rolling through the Great American Conference last year and expecting to do the same this year.
Phil, any surprises for you here in the first 4 games, as you were kind of into losing the feel you out portion of the schedule? So any surprises for you here in the first 4 games for SNU?
I think the biggest surprise and what's absolutely huge for this Storm, we talked about throughout this broadcast, is Logan Hicks. His quick trigger from beyond the arc can absolutely be deadly, shooting just 2 for 5 from beyond the arc in this one, but having that spark plug, having that guy that comes off the bench is so important for your team, so you can continue to put the pressure on the defense. Even whenever you take guys like Micah Spate or Jonathan Dunn out, you still have guys that know how to put the ball in the basket. So he's a big surprise this season and is becoming an absolutely huge 6th man for this Crimson Storm unit.
And when we come back, we will talk to Micah Spate and to Logan Hicks. So again, the final here from the Sawyer Center. SNU takes this one 84-55, and we'll take a short break. And again, when we come back, we'll speak with Logan Hicks and Micah Spate about tonight's game, and we'll go from there. And welcome back to the Sawyer Center. We're joined here by junior guard Logan Hicks. Finished with 16 points tonight in SNU's 84-55 win over Oklahoma Christian. And Logan, what's it been like for you transferring into a bunch that had a lot of success last year? Did you feel the need to kind of prove yourself a little bit?
I didn't really feel the need to prove myself. It's more of a just coming in and playing my role, whatever coach wanted me to do. So that was pretty much it.
You've been kind of a firecracker off the bench for this offense. You kind of have you embraced that 6th man role so far?
Yes, sir. Whatever coach need me to do, then if he need me to start, whatever he needs me to do, then that's fine with me.
Now, you have been able to really kind of generate a lot from the 3-point line in particular, but in this one you kind of got a little bit more inside the arc, got in the paint a little bit. How would you describe your game?
I'll definitely say I think I can do more than just shoot and score, but that I would say that's my strength, is shooting and scoring. So my teammates always tell me keep shooting, or like last game I start off, I missed like my first 4. Everybody tell me keep shooting, so it keeps my confidence up. And as a shooter, as a scorer, you always got to have your confidence at a high level, because at any moment you can get it going. And I just think as long as I see one go in, then I think I can get it going at any moment. So, yeah.
Big rivalry game tonight with you guys and Oklahoma Christian. What was the atmosphere like there at the start for you guys just on the court?
Yes, sir. The atmosphere was great. They had the student section talking to us, but it was a great atmosphere. We thank our fans for coming out. We thank everyone that came out, and we like the support, and we hope we can carry it on to the next home game.
Now, you guys enjoyed a nice little 4-0 home stretch here.
Yes,
now you get to go to Fort Smith and play your former team.
Yes, sir.
What's that going to be like for you this weekend?
It's definitely going to be exciting. It's definitely one I've been waiting on for a while now, but it's not about that. It's about coming out and playing how SNU play and getting a victory.
All right.
Yes,
Logan
sir.
Hicks, Again, 16 points tonight in SNU's 84-55 win over Oklahoma Christian. When we come back, we'll be joined by head coach Adam Bohach.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
And welcome back. We're joined now by head coach Adam Bohach. And Coach Bohach, another big win for you guys to complete a nice 4-0 homestand to start the season.
Yeah, awesome crowd tonight, Luke. They played a real factor, I thought, and that was fun. That was like the yesteryear when we played Oklahoma Christian, when there was a buzz and there was a lot of people in the gym. So the last several years, the game has fallen on Thanksgiving break or maybe even Christmas break one year. And the crowds haven't been as good, so it was fun to have it on a Monday night while school's still in session to get some folks here. A lot of fun.
Yeah, certainly, and gives you a nice taste of what conference play can be like down the road as well. And Coach, what do you take away from these first 4 games for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely been some bright spots, Luke, and different guys all 4 nights, and that continued tonight. I thought Noah was really strong at times tonight, and Logan provided a spark off the bench. And there were times where I thought we were pretty good defensively. And the first half, boy, we took it deep in the shot clock several times, guarding them, and then just didn't quite come up with all of the rebounds. But it's been good to be at home, and now we're not going to be at home for a long time, right? I mean, we're on the road next week and then start league play on the road and get 1 league game at home and 3 on the road here, 3 league games on the road before Christmas. So we're going to have to continue to get better, and I know we can continue to grow and get better, and that's what's exciting.
You guys were at a different level intensity-wise on the defensive end than the first 3 games. Was that just with all the deflections, people stepping in to take charges, forcing 17 turnovers? Does the atmosphere play a big factor in that and getting that energy up quickly?
Yeah, no question. It was kind of a choppy, broken game where you got a chance to dig your heels in and set your defense a bunch because of free throws or whatever. I mean, and so that helps. And but you're right. I agree, Luke. The guys were active and our hands were active, and we did that without fouling, which I think is a huge deal when you play OC, because their bigs put so much pressure on the rim and their guards put a lot of pressure on the rim, and we did a good job of trying to play hard without fouling tonight.
Yeah, and you got to the free throw line quite a bit, 33 attempts tonight, and that was a big factor in tonight's game.
Yeah, we didn't cash them in as well as we can, but we did get there a bunch, and that was huge. That was huge.
What's kind of the key for you guys in that? It seemed like you were making a real intentional focus to pound it into the paint, and with the offensive rebounds as well.
Yeah, they really pressured and kind of stuck to their guys, so there's big gaps, and at times Micah drove the gaps really well, and RJ can do that as well, and he did that some. And then there were several plays where Noah got fouled to help us get to the bonus, and so all those things add up, and free throws are a big factor.
You guys have a tough weekend ahead of you with Midwestern State and Arkansas Fort Smith on the docket for you guys. What are you expecting this weekend at that tournament?
I mean, we really feel like Midwestern will be the best team we've played to date, and so we know we're going to have to improve over these next several days of practice, and plus we're away from home for the first time, and so I'm really looking forward to watching us grow this week in practice and then see what we can do on the road.
Logan playing against his former team, first time out. With that, do you say anything to him before that game as far as keeping his emotions in check or anything like that?
No, Logan's emotions run hot. That's just who he is. And, they had a bunch of roster turnover, and so he knows a handful of those guys, and obviously their staff. I mean, their staff is a bunch of really good guys. And so, you know, I think everything will be fine. And once the game starts, it'll just be another game, but a really difficult game. They're physical and athletic and really chase it on the glass, and so we'll have to get better this week.
Coach, thank you for your time. Again, SNU with an 84-55 win over Oklahoma Christian. Crimson Storm will be back at the Sawyer Center December 1st against East Central to kick off conference play, and we will talk to you then. Again, for Phil Younts, my name is Luke McConnell, and we will talk to you December 1st.